Hey, so it's me. I'm back with another wellness check-in, and I believe that this is a journey and it's not one and done. So, yeah, I've probably been checking in with you all now for almost a little over a month. And the three areas that I have been primarily focusing on is my relationships, my finances, and my health. Well, I want to add something else to this because while it's not something that I need to regularly focus on, but I do want to share with you that I am doing a 28-day prayer. And I'm praying in the morning, the afternoon, and also in the evening every day for 28 days. And so I wanted to just kind of, just give you a recap. So I'm not sharing with you every single day like I've done in the past because I'm still learning how to use all of the equipment, but I am committed to being accountable. And so, whether it's polished, unbuttoned, or what have you, I actually just changed my clothes and I threw this hat. I threw this hat on because my hair is, is doing what it wants to do. So here we go. So basically, over the last week, what I chose to do as it relates to my wellness journey was to keep moving my body. So I've been getting up in the morning and I have been walking 2 to 3 miles. And then sometimes in the evening, I will walk another mile or about 15, 18 minutes. That's roughly how long it takes me to get a mile in. And I've been tracking my food and I have been tracking my miles that are, or steps rather, that I'm walking. And so every Sunday is when I actually do my weigh in, which cracks me up because when I go to bed at night, I'm like, listen, don't be surprised when you stand on that scale. You know exactly what you were doing all week long, whether it was the Oreo thins, whether it was the pistachio nuts, or whether it was just the drive through, or you working to the point where you hadn't eaten yet. And then by the time you stop to eat, you are thinking to yourself, yep, I just ordered out again. So you can see how my health and my finances are very much closely connected to one another. And so that's my honesty, right? So I get on the scale and believe it or not, this past week I did lose 0.5 pounds. I don't know how that's working because I know exactly what I ate. I mean, I went the Longhorn and I had me a good ribeye steak and I had some of those steakhouse wings and maybe I didn't eat a lot. I'm almost just thinking that my working out and my walking is really what has been helping me tremendously. And then I'm not eating until a little bit after 1 on most days because of just the way my schedule's been set up. I mean, I'll wake up and I might do like an iced coffee or something like that. And then earlier this week, I actually didn't eat or drink anything. I think it was on Monday because I had to go get blood work done. And so my blood work came back and I was very happy because I get to track what those numbers look like across like years of me going for my physical. And while one of my categories isn't in the range that they want to be normal, it has still decreased. So I'm headed in the right direction. And so that leads me to first check in with you about my health. So we talked about my journaling of my food, what kind of food that I've been eating, me moving my body. What I haven't shared, and I'm still not quite ready to share in detail, is that I have 2 appointments actually coming up this week. One of them is going to feel like a check in for me because I've been with this doctor for a couple of months. And I feel like I did what they asked me to do because I said to them, I was like, hey, I don't want to be sent to another specialist. I want to try to course correct. I want to try to do my part. And a part of that was me starting this wellness journey and really paying attention to, what I eat and moving my body, drinking my water, getting proper rest, taking my vitamins, just all the things. And so that appointment is going to feel very much like, hey, I'm just coming to high five, check in, let you put your eyes on me, as we say, to make sure that I'm headed in the right direction. This other appointment I would be not telling the truth if I didn't tell you that I was a little anxious. Yeah, that's the word that comes to mind, or what comes up in my heart. I'm a little nervous about going to this appointment. But what I will say is that my um my choice to trust God has really been what has kept me over the last few weeks, while I was anticipating going to this doctor's appointment. And I'm just going to trust the process. And depending on what that outcome is, again, I'm still growing my community. I'm still getting to know you all. So I'm not really sure how far or how much I will share, depending on what it is. If it turns out to be something that I can just say, hey, we thought X and it ended up being Y, I may share it. But if it's something that's going to be a little bit more in detail, I want to be conscious about just my emotional state of my readiness to be able to share it in a public space like a YouTube channel. And so I apologize. I just jumped right in and begin to share my journey. If this is your first time here, I'm Lachey. Welcome. I'm so glad that you found me. If this is not your first time here and you've been watching any of my videos, any of my shorts, you follow me on Instagram and you have not yet subscribed, encourage me, subscribe, please. And I also ask you to watch the videos all the way to the end, because to me, that helps me know that I'm sharing content that's worthy for a person to stay until the end. And as I'm learning and growing as a new YouTuber, I am figuring out the ebbs and flows of like what my content is going to be about, how long, should I go? And so I don't quite look at all of the analytics, but I do care that my why behind even starting the channel and sharing my life is because that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to share my journey with other people, find a community of folks that are walking through similar things that I'm walking through. And then we just encourage one another. Sometimes there's some fun and foolery, as one of my coaches would say, from a circle that I belong to. So there's a lot that you can find on this channel. So sorry for that mid announcement, because I forgot to introduce myself. So again, I'm on a wellness journey, and every week, Monday at 12, I will do my very best to release a video, giving an update, sharing accountability about what it is that I'm going through, with my health, with my finances, and my relationships. So I'll keep you posted. But right now, I'm excited because I think I shared a couple weeks ago that I was ordering some meals from Factor. Let me tell you, chef's kiss. I don't really mess around with prepackaged food because I'm just like, I don't really know. Years ago, I used to order from Blue Apron, and that was the only other one. But the portion size, and you had to prep the meal, was just a little bit more than what I wanted. And my son at that time, growing young man, still growing, it just wasn't enough food. But I did enjoy that service, Blue Apron. I don't even know if they're still around. So Factor is a company that actually sends you fresh meals that are already done. You just have to pop them in the microwave, 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and it's good to go. I take it out of a container, I put it on my plate. It's really good. And I actually have a couple left in my refrigerator now, but nevertheless, it's just to help me kind of portion control, just what I'm eating, and just like not spending so much money eating out. And then when I'm eating out, I'm not even eating food that I really enjoy. So the money that I'm spending on Factor, as it relates to what I would have been spending on DoorDash or just eating out, is I don't know, for me, it hasn't been a no-brainer. But I do know that as I transition to give you my update about my finances, that I need to figure the budget piece out, because I've been able to order from Factor off of a discount. So I know that that rate is not going to stay the same. So I'll keep you posted on that as well. As it relates to my finances, when I tell you, I used to just sit every Monday and go through my calendar and go through my bills that needed to be paid. I know what the due dates are, and I have some of them that are on reoccurring, and then some that I will have on reoccurring, but I also will still go back and pay extra on the principal. And my 2 cars that I currently have show that that's been a good thing to happen, because what my original monthly payment would be for each of them, it is so much less because I've been paying more towards that principal. Years ago, I used to follow, and I still kind of listen to, but not as much as not as consistent rather as I used to with in the past, was Dave Ramsey. I would listen to his podcast. I read, several of his books, And I do have a desire to be debt free, including my home, right? That is my desire. So because of that, I'm paying attention to my FICO score, and I know that everybody's got a different, not everybody, but people that I talk to have different ideas about what the FICO score is, whether you're using Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax. Equifax, I think that's the other one. Yeah, there's two E's in one. One is TransUnion. Either way, I do monitor my credit score. Some of the credit card companies that I am currently dealing with, where I have accounts, they will give me what that number is, and they definitely will give me tips. NerdWallet is one that I have used in the past as well to help me know like what my ratio is. And ideally, what I understand is that I don't want any more than 30% utilization on my accounts. And right now, that's where I'm at, which is why it's a part of my journey, because I've been here before. I know what I did that got me into the situation, and I know what I need to do to get myself out of the situation. And so that to me, it sometimes it charges me, quite honestly. It pushes me in a way to be more conscious of my spending. You know, where that allotment is going at. Like I said just recently, the whole thing with eating out, it ties into my health. And so when I'm paying attention to the kind of food that I'm eating, and then on top of that, the amount of money that I'm spending, I'm motivated. I'm motivated to make some better choices. And so I feel pretty good about that. And I'm just gonna keep working at it. You know, my score did drop some, but it's not because I'm late on any of my payments. All my payments are made. And like I said, some I will pay over. It's the utilization that's causing that credit score to kind of fluctuate. But I'm working on it. I'm work in progress. I'm not afraid of it. And I feel like I have the tools and I know what needs to be done. Now, as I give the update on my relationships, again, I've been speaking vaguely about just the relationship piece of whether it's my family, whether it's work, or whether it's romantic. And I haven't been as specific because I'm following the prompting of what I feel I can share in this community that I'm now growing. And so romantically, I am single. I would consider myself to be single. I am not married. At least that's what my definition of single is. And I've learned and I'm still discovering, you know, how important it is to collect data when you're trying to figure out who this life partner is going to be. I've always imagined having my best friend, someone that you know was more to me than just my spouse, my partner, but just my friend too. So I'm working through that. I'm working through that right now. I'm not actively dating at all. I might have one, two potential interests, but there's no real spark to it. So I'm taking my time, and I'm also dealing with me because I don't want to bring my baggage to any new potential relationship. So working through that. When it comes to family, you know, I always just think about my son and my daughter. Super, super proud of both of them. My daughter actually just went back to school, and she's currently working in the field as a nurse. And she wants to go on and get an advanced degree. So I'm very excited about her choice and cheering her on. My son is getting ready to leave for college, and I'm watching as we now have just a few weeks left before he leaves, how more and more distant, not distant in the sense of relationship, but the more space that he and I have between one another when it comes to, you know, how much he's in the home. But he's so respectful, and I'm so grateful for that. So he's always letting me know he's 18, he'll be 19 in October. He's always letting me know where he's going to be at. So I appreciate that. He's responsible, is paying his bills that he has, and he's working his job. And we're just getting ready for college. So I'm excited. Now there are one or two other people that I'm not going to say what their role is, but it's pretty significant in my life that I'm navigating, and I'm very conscious of how I engage them. But what I will say is, out as I feel led in my heart to reach out to them, I am reaching out to them, whether it's a text or a phone call. Haven't been able to see them face to face, but you know, just making sure, hey, one, are you still alive? Two, how are you doing? Just want you to know that I'm thinking about you, I'm praying for you, and that I love you. And so that seems to be working. I think in my soul, I would like for it to be more, but I also know that timing is everything. And there's some time that needs before that relationship probably gets back to a new normal. I don't think it will ever go back to what it was before, but I think it'll be a new normal. And I'm good with that. I'm totally good with that. So as I get ready to close out my weekly update, just sharing with you all, I am doing a 28-day prayer, and it's actually a book that I did some time ago. I don't know if you can see this. 28 Days of Prayer, a daily guide to conversations with God. And Crystal Evans Hurst is the person who wrote the book. And so I'm going through that, and I'm posting and I'm sharing shorts, and I'm posting on my Instagram at Lachey109. If you're not following me, go over there and follow me. Encourage a girl. And I'm enjoying it because it's giving me the space and opportunity to stop in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening to reflect and pray. And so the first few days was repentance, requests, and Thanksgiving. And so I'm just really grateful for where my life is at. I'm grateful that I'm sharing with you all in this space. And I'm really hoping that you're enjoying the content that I'm sharing. There's so much more to come. Like I said, I'm still learning how to use the equipment, how to show you all the different things. But right now, this is what it is. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Listen, I just said it every Monday at noon. That's the goal, that I will upload a video of me giving an update. And so, if you don't want to miss it, which I don't think you do because you're watching this one, put your notifications on so that you can see what's going on. And then what I didn't share in this this update is that I also have a podcast, the Lachey Johnson podcast, and twice a month, once it'll be me, and then once there's with a guest. I just recently released 2 in the month of July with myself talking about being a boy mom. And then I had 2 women who joined me for the conversation who are both moms of boys. They both have 2 boys each. So that was a pretty fun conversation. And you can either watch it on my YouTube channel, or you can go over to Spotify or Apple, Lachey Johnson Podcast. And then you can also listen to that, or even go back and listen to some of the other types of conversations that I've had over the last few years. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining. Keep me in prayer. Join me with the 28-day prayer. If you like to, you can leave me a comment and let me know how I can pray for you. But I'm really excited about getting more comfortable behind the camera, or in front of the camera rather, and then share my life with you all. So stay tuned for more, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. All right, peace.